What's up, guys? We are back with another Genshin Championship with the episode number 8. After a couple of months, they have finally been running these again, and this is currently on the 2.6 patch. Once again, we will be reacting to this live, but also doing live translation, so I apologize for any scuffed translation. But even the caster is saying he's finally returned from Mars back to Genshin Impact. So this is going to be the Abyss with the Golden Wolfhound. Again, the rule is like last time. For people who doesn't know what Genshin Championship, essentially it's like a Abyss speedrun race. However, with pick and bans as well as many limitations to limit your drafting of the team process. It's really fun to watch. We have done some of these in the past. The past one will be in the description below. So it look like this, where the two team will have ban and stuff. It looked like because this is the YAE MIKO patch, they are forced to run YAE MIKO. So according to the casters, they are forced to run YAE MIKO on one of their team because this is a YAE MIKO patch. So that'll be exciting to watch. If anyone is wondering, this is the pick or ban phase. So let's get started. Of course, we have the Abyss buff, which is more beneficial to Electro characters because of the tasers. So we might potentially see a lot of Electro team. Ayaka being first ban make a lot of sense. We've seen this in the past. Ayaka have to be the first ban because Ayaka is just way too powerful. Again, the limitation is that Constellation is only up to C2. C2 is being banned out. I'm kind of surprised. I'm guessing it's for Hu Tao on the Wolf. But Kokomi actually being banned on the second side by Lumi team, which is really interesting. Raiden being banned out by Aether team right here. Wait, no Bennett ban. No Bennett ban? They let Bennett... Oh my god, first pick Bennett coming in for Lumi, of course. Aether is going to pick up the Zhongli as well as the Mona though. I'm surprised of the Mona pick. Probably for the Kokomi replacement for a Taser team. Because again, you have to draft YAE MIKO. Wait, they let Kazuya... Come on, okay, they let Bennett Kazuya through? They let Bennett Kazuya through? There's no way. Okay, and Ganyu being picked up by Lumi team, potentially for Mel Ganyu. So this, you can draft a Mel Ganyu here. Aether team picking up the Goro, so it shouldn't be too surprising if they're gonna pick up the Ito right here as well. Xiangling, okay, picking up Xiangling before Ito. So now Lumi can either deny the Ito here by banning it or picking it. They're gonna actually pick Shenhe instead of picking Ito. And then they're gonna immediately ban the Ito to deny it from the Aether team. Of course, we saw that one coming because they picked up Goro, so they're gonna ban Ito. Jean being banned out from Aether team. I guess it's for Mel Ganyu because you can play Sunfire with the Bennett Jean combo, which is really good for Ganyu. So Jean ban here makes sense. Team Aether picking up the Noel as the Ito replacement. 4-star Ito coming in. Barbara being picked up by Lumi. This is made for the Pyro Lectors. You have to have a Hydro Catalyst user to beat the Pyro Lector really quickly, so that's really good. Sigils being picked up by Lumi, and then finally Kujo Sara being picked up by Aether. Once again, you are required to run YAE MIKO in the current tournament. So this is looking like a Beidou, Kujo Sara, Mona, and a YAE MIKO team on the Aether team. Lost in draft? I don't think so. I think this is pretty balanced so far. I actually think it looked like Lumi team have the better character, but I actually think Aether team has a really good draft. Running the Geo team on the second half, running the Electro team on the first half. The Luke Kaya. I don't think those are actually going to be in play. Actually, they're missing a Geo character in Lumi. There's no Geo character in Lumi, so they have to Bennett Kazuya the Lumi, the Geo Wolflore, or they're fucked. They have to one-shot the Golden Wolfhound with Bennett Kazuya, or they're screwed because they have no Geo character on Lumi side. Really interesting choice of drafting. Alright, so... Oh, my avatar is blocking. Alright, starting with the Luke, Kaya, Kazuya, Bennett on the first half of 12-1. Once again, a lot of these, there's a lot of limitation on a lot of these characters. You can only have one 5-star weapon on your team, for example. A lot of your artifacts are limited. You can only bring a total of like 8 level 20 artifact across your team. So let's see how this goes. I'm interested in not using Xingqiu's with the Luke, but I guess Xingqiu's is banned though. Using the Kazuya here for grouping is of course really good. So hopefully they can just apply the melt on the Luke and one-shotting all the wolf, which they are actually not able to one-shot all the wolf at once. But I think they're pretty close. It's fine. Coming into the second Wolfhound side, however. So let's see. I feel like this team has so many issues. It just doesn't really have really good synergies because you're reverse melting the Kaya. Kaya is missing a little bit energy on the elemental burst, which is really bad because now you cannot melt anything as well as you're missing the noblest buff. But of course, we're not going to wait for the energy there. For the second rotation, alright. Kazuya grouping once again here. No Kazuya elemental burst available, unfortunately. Another Diluc elemental skilling without elemental burst. The rotation on this team is really scuffed because it's just missing so many key components, unfortunately. Okay, but might be able to get a good rotation here with the Kaya burst as well as the Diluc burst coming in and the Bandit burst as well. Hopefully they're able to clear it in right here. If not, that would be a little bit tragic. Yeah, Kaya missing energy recharge is a big deal. Because Kaya elemental burst is needed to proc every single rotation, as well as to proc the noblest buff for the liquid melt. Overall, it's still 130, so it's actually pretty good. But coming in for Team Aether, we have of course the Sarah, Beidou, YAE MIKO, and Mona, which is what we expected previously. So no surprise here on the team, especially with a taster team. This team is pretty standard, pretty expected, especially given the fact that they have to run a YAE MIKO. Oh, they're actually gonna Kujo Sara buff onto the YAE MIKO before dropping the totem. Oh my god, YAE MIKO one-shotting every single enemy on the first wave. Wow, okay, that's really good. Really, really good time. They don't have the Mona for the second half, which I'm interested in because they don't have another Hydro characters. Kujo Sara elemental bursting here, Mona bursting here, and then should be YAE MIKO elemental burst. Yup. Can they do a lot of damage? Do a good chunk of damage onto the wolf lore. Really good. Should be able to take it away with the Beidou elemental burst when it's come up here. A really, really good time on this team. If anyone's wondering, the YAE MIKO is running a Wizsmith R5. It's not a 5-star weapon YAE MIKO, it's simply a Wizsmith R5. 55 seconds, however, is dramatically faster than the clear time on Team Lumi, which is really good. Coming into the second half for Team Lumi, we have Ganyu, Shanhe, Sucrose, Barbara, aka Budget Morgana, with 2 TDDS actually, TDDS on a Barbara, as well as TDDS on a Sucrose. Sucrose is a really, really good character in the tournament because of the limitation. So this Sucrose is running level 0 artifact as well as a level 1 weapon, but it's really, really good because of the value on there. So a budget freeze team with the Shanhe and Ganyu. Let's see how this goes. Taking the first half really, really quick, or the first play really, really quick. But they're losing Amos value because they are face tanking in front of the enemy, so they're not getting the distant value. Unfortunately, they're not being able to group the enemy here, especially since they're freezing the one, which is kind of sucks because they waste a lot of time there. But the enemy finally grouped up. So let's see how long it takes them to clear this half, because this enemy are quite tanky. Yeah, Sucrose being able to group the enemy here is really huge. Sucrose is able to consistently CC this enemy back to being grouped up. So Sucrose is actually generating a lot of value right here. Really, really quick actually. Also, I forgot you don't need to bring Hydro anymore because there's no Pyrolectors. Pyrolector was the previous Abyss. I completely forgot there's no Pyrolectors anymore. Serpent Spine Noelle here, really good. Obviously not as good as Ito, but Ito got banned, so that's unfortunate. Fav, Zhongli, Fav, Goro, to be super precising, Fav is one of the best weapon series in the game, and Noelle does need the energy recharge. A mono Geo team is what we have here actually. Alright, let's see. Can they take this away in one Noelle elemental burst? Oh my god, he misclicked. He opened the map. Ooh, misclick. Or is that... Oh wait, is that... Oh, it's actually not a misclick. He's actually bug abusing here. So you can actually bug abuse the Noel spin timer by opening the map. It's actually not a misclick. It's actually a bug abuse here. Ooh. Yeah, coming in, didn't proc the Fab on the girl, unfortunately, missing a little bit energy on the girl. Girl not being able to get her elemental burst back up. Unfortunate. Look like he's gonna wait for the girl elemental burst back up before bursting on Noel again. Geo MC burst, girl burst into Noel. Alright, and then he's gonna spin and open the map here, right? Spin, open the map. Yep, so this is the bug abuse with the spin mechanics, where it lets you spin indefinitely instead of having a timer to run it out. Okay. A really good clear time, actually. Really good grouping. Noel AoE being... coming into clutch here with a spin, so really good. So Team Aether is actually leading by 30 seconds from the first chamber. And I'm interested in see how Team Lumi is going to clear this chamber, because remember, they do not have Geo characters. Team Lumi does not have Geo characters, so their second half might be a little bit scuffed. This chamber should be relatively easy to take away, especially since they have the Bennett Kazuya. Should be able to take this chamber away in approximately 30 seconds with just one Diluc Burst right here. Diluc Burst coming in. Let's see how does it go. Unable to melt the Diluc Elemental Burst, which is unfortunate, because now they might have to do a second rotation. Okay. Coming in to about 44 seconds to clear that. Up into the same team, or into the Team Aether with the Taser team. This should be really quick because Beidou is in her perfect scenario, which is 2 target, as well as YAE MIKO doing a bunch of burst damage onto the Mona Omen. A bunch of damage, almost able to clear this chamber already. Should be able to easily one cycle this chamber. 25 seconds, really quick. Okay, so let's see how they're gonna deal with this Golden Wolf Lord with the budget Morgana. No Geo character, El no Sabe. At least on the bright side, Ganyu can actually start shooting at the Wolf Lord before he comes down. So maybe their plan is just to shoot the Golden Wolf Lord Hound down before he's able to get into the Geo phase, which is one-shotting. But can they able to do it? Let's see. Doing a lot of damage with the Ganyu. Maybe they're actually able to carry away in one cycle. Shooting in the air. Ganyu power shooting into the air. Unlimited power. Oh my god. They're actually able to one cycle using the Ganyu by shooting into the sky. That's the power of Ganyu. Holy. I'm moving on to the Mono Geo team. The Mono Geo team shouldn't have any trouble with this chamber. But let's see. I don't know it will be as fast as Team Lumi, because Noel does have to wait for the enemy to come down. Prepping the Noel Elemental Burst here. Ooh, unfortunately doesn't get a good enemy RNG. Oh, Dragon Strike. Oh, Dragon Strike Noel for the DPS. Okay. Unfortunately, it's not able to get a lot of damage in right here. Without... This is Dragon Striking without any move speed buff. So they must have practiced it a lot. This is Dragon Striking without doing a lot of move speed buff. For people who are not aware what is Dragon Strike, eventually you abuse the hit lag on a character to be able to jump really high so that you can do plunge attack. The reason you do that is because plunge attack have a much higher modifier than your regular attack, and because the Golden Wolf lore is big, it gives you a lot of hit lag, so you're able to actually Dragon Strike out without move speed. But it's still a really difficult technique to perform. Goro Burst here, Geo MC Burst here. Let's see if they're able to still Dragon Strike. Oh, failed! Messed up this first Dragon Strike there, unfortunately, but... Okay, but able to consistently get those Dragon Strike in. The Golden Wolf Lore being really big with the hitbox is actually really good for Dragon Strike. If you pay close attention, he was actually able to get the plunge damage in as well. So by Dragon Striking, you're effectively doing about 2 times to even 2.5 times damage on that Noel potentially. Coming into a quick ad break, doing some ritual for the Raiden Shogun banner. Unable to get any 5-star character. Unfortunately, looked like the ritual did not work. Alright, can they get the Raiden Shogun within the pool? Oh! A 5-star characters, but is it a Raiden Shogun or is it a Chi-Chi? It's a Raiden Shogun. Okay, no Chi-Chi today. Xinyan, who? Okay. So for people who are not aware, moving on to the third chamber, there will be a redraft phase before we go into the third chamber. So we're gonna see different character being played in the last chamber. Coming into the redraft here, we'll start with the ban again. Xiao being banned out very quickly. I think that's okay. If Xiao is pretty decent against the Rune Guard. Hu Tao being banned out automatically, okay. Alright, Lumi first pick. For people who are not aware, in the first half of the redraft, you cannot pick the same character you previously have played. So Keqing actually being picked up first, similar with Eula being aimed for a team. Again, the character pool is more and more limiting because they cannot draft the character that I've played before. Lisa being picked up as a TDDS for Eula. Fischl being picked up by Team Lumi, potentially a Keqing Fischl team right here. Chao finally being picked up. Okay, I was surprised to not see Chao in the first half, but I think that's fine. Rosaria being picked up again for a Eula support. And finally Diano for the Eula battery. So this right here is the entire Eula team complete. That's good. Sayu being picked up. Okay, so coming into the second half of the second half draft, the character is going to be re-available. So they can once again pick up character that was previously played. Bennett being first ban, of course, Ganyu being the second ban here. Yomi actually being picked up first by Team Aver. Ooh, that is a interesting and spicy pick. Kazuha being picked up by Team Lumi first, of course, no surprising. Xiangling being picked up. This is going to be an international team on the Team Lumi side with the Chayo, Kazuha, and Xiangling. Beidou being picked up for the Yomiya, not surprising here. Yomiya does kind of need Beidou in order to actually perform. Mona being picked up again. But they're kind of missing a character here. Oh, picking up Lumi on Team Lumi actually. And finally picking up the Zhongli on Team Lumi as well. Potentially is a double Geo with your Keqing and YAE MIKO, I think. And then finally Sucrose on the last pick from Team Aver. Zhongli is a really good pick here because the enemy does do a really annoying attack. It's just potentially the same reason why they picked Yomi on Team Aver, because then you are able to easily attack while dodging. So those are two really good picks potentially. Nope, it's actually going to be a Child Xiangling Electro MC potentially for the battery for your Xiangling, and then YAE MIKO. Once again, both team is required to play YAE MIKO in this tournament, as this is the YAE MIKO patch. So YAE MIKO with Tenacity as well as TTDS, really cheap to play build, again because artifact is limited. Oh, Geo MC actually, not even Electro MC. Ooh. Do they have battery for Xiangling? How are they planning to do this? So this is looking like a one-shot only. So hopefully they're able to get the one-shot in. They have really good grouping here. Hopefully Chao does not die. Ooh, Chao living with 121 HP, but doing a lot of Riptide AoE damage. Does not even YAE MIKO burst. Okay, does not even YAE MIKO burst at all. YAE MIKO was just for the TTDS onto the Xiangling. Alright. Of course, yeah, it doesn't make sense to YAE MIKO burst because YAE MIKO does not have any gear. So just using her as a Tenacity TTDF buffer is good enough. Onto the Team Aver. Of course, this is a team we expected with Eula, Lisa, Rosaria, and Diona. No surprise here. Hopefully they can carry away with the one-shot, but because these enemy are rune enemy, it might be difficult for Eula to one-shot. Coming to the Eula, hopefully they'll crit. This is an RNG div. This might be an RNG div. It will come down to if Eula is able to crit at all. Ooh, Eula actually is able to one-shot the entire chamber just in 17 seconds. Alright, coming into the second half for Team Lumi, we have Keqing, Fischl, Kazu, and Zhongli. Zhongli is not surprising here because Zhongli is really good to maintain your DPS uptime against the enemy. But we will have a Electro team actually coming in being played here without a Hydro characters. Because again, the Abyss Blessing does give you a lot of damage if you're able to run a Taser type of team. Alright. Keqing Elemental Bursting, able to hit both enemy. Not doing a lot of damage, however, unfortunately. Alright, resetting the official. Keqing Charge Attack, Keqing Elemental Burst. This Keqing damage is making me sad as a Keqing main Spoge. Alright, moving on to the second half of this chamber, the enemy is going to move into the laser phase, which is really good for damage. However, you do take a lot of damage, but because they have Zhongli, it's fine. Keqing doing the elemental burst for AoE damage again, being able to hit both of these enemies at the same time is really key, because you have to kill both of them at the same time. Keqing Elemental Bursting here again. So it's pretty much just dependent on Keqing Elemental Burst to do all the damage because it has really high AoE. But Keqing as a character is kind of sad, so... Keqing Elemental Bursting, can they kill it here? Nope, gonna need one more cycle. Or actually they are able to kill it here. Okay. 1 minute and 13 seconds. Team Aether is actually leading by a lot, so if they don't scuff this chamber up, they should be able to win this tournament very easily, because they do have the Beidou to do AoE damage. However, they do not have any shielder, which Yoimiya is really squishy, so it might be a little troublesome. Coming into the Sucrose and the Mona, immediately proccing the Taser's buff into the Beidou. Unable to parry on the Beidou actually. So because Beidou and Yoimiya are range characters, and Beidou Taser actually proc in range, they're able to maintain good DPS uptime, which is what I mentioned before in the previous draft phase, but it's not perfect compared to having a Zhongli. So unfortunately, not having a shielder is kind of a little bit sad, but you gotta make do with what you have. There's a huge problem here, and that is there's no Electro Battery for Beidou. So Beidou is actually not gonna be able to regenerate any energy, and they are forced to run out of this circle pattern because those attacks are really hard to dodge. So he's actually not gonna even flip the Beidou to do the parry for the battery, just going straight into the Yoimiya. Unfortunately, even though Yoimiya is a range character, it's still really dependent on shield. Ooh, not perfect parry. Good parry here. Mona Omen. One of the Bishop have really high HP than the other one. So hopefully they are able to balance the HP out. It's gonna be the Cryo one is gonna be the one with the high HP. Unfortunately, you have to run out of the circle again because Yoimiya doesn't have high enough range to actually do damage from outside the circle. This is a really slow chamber, so maybe potentially Team Lumi can actually overtake the lead. Hey, good DPS uptime here. Unfortunately, the Bishop actually jumped away into the laser phase again. Hopefully, Beidou does not die here. Once again, Beidou have almost zero energy, so they're pretty much come down to the Yoimiya here to carry their way through. This is what you get for not running any Electro characters. Yoimiya or Geo Bishop jumped away again. However, they are actually grouped up. Maybe able to take away here. One is down. Can they take the other one away? Okay. 125 seconds. Oh, unfortunately, even with a huge lead on Team Aether, the last chamber cost them so much time that they actually lost on that last chamber. They actually lost on that last chamber. That was kind of the team div. I think that was not a really good team. I think ditching the Yoimiya was a better play than just playing Taser Sucrose, but oh well. Overall, a pretty good tournament, and once again, these are always so enjoyable. It was really exciting to watch, so... Poggers. The next championship is going to be coming up in 2 weeks or so. In the next championship, likewise, just like this patch, Raiden will be required. So potentially it'll be a fight for Raiden National and Raiden Hyper because it is the Raiden patch. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, with that being said, that's gonna be it for the championship react. As always, see you guys next time. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.